to farms owned by Canadian nationals only. Her Excellency Maria Magdalena. Okay. Anyone else? Okay, where are the farmers here in the room? Okay. Go ahead, Your Excellency.
One aspect from this decree: if the farmers no longer give their animals genetically modified feed because the high cultivation and what else the animals eat is organic, then the animals are also healthier. After all is a cycle. The harmful feed that was given was of course also in the meat of the animals, and for example in the milk and the products made from it. The manure from the cows is sprayed back onto the field, which of course damage the soil and sometimes even the groundwater. Due to the chemical modified feed, and the animals often become ill and had pus on their bodies, and deformities of the young animals were often seen. The same applies to fish farming. Organic means that the animals have space and are not stuffed with antibiotics. This decree means, among other things, that we will raise healthy, strong animals again in the future, a ray of hope for animals and humans. Thank you, Your Majesty.
You're welcome. Thank you. Okay. Next is Her Excellency Deep Coming Soul, Her Excellency Cecilia, Her Excellency Sally Wong, and did I miss anyone else? No?
His Excellency Michael.
His Excellency Michael. Okay. All right. Her Excellency Deep Coming Soul.
So what I want to say very quickly is the farming industry, whether it's land or sea, they're the backbone of our country.
Absolutely.
And they provide that we are a prosperous and dependent country. And so we must facilitate them, not impede them. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, next, Her Excellency Cecilia.
Your Majesty, this is a huge decree towards farming and the education that will be required of our farming community. There are certainly a number of people currently doing organic farming. I'm not familiar with the fish farming, but the livestock and grains for sure there are, and the vegetables, like that would be farming as well. So I just think this is just amazing to see this come forward, and I believe that people will be really excited to moving forward because the safety of our animals is critical, and it's been a real problem. I live in the rural area, and yes, I'm looking forward to this coming forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Her Excellency Sally Wong, and then His Excellency Michael.
Well, the organic part of the farming, that's very good to know about, that our Royal Majesty gives us the best. Who would have even thought of it? It was just enough it's good enough to help the farmers out with the bank loans and with water irrigation and hemp farming and all these new ideas that our Majesty's put forth. But because all these things you've listed here in Royal Decree 64 for 100% Canadian owned farms only, most of these things are all organic. So you're giving we the people the best, and we thank you so much, Your Royal Majesty.
You're welcome. Okay, next, His Excellency Michael.
Thank you, everyone. Yes, I just wanted to touch on the purpose of this royal decree, which was organic farming, land and sea, organic livestock, water irrigation for our farmers, organic hay farming, and organic fish farming. And like to say as well that this royal decree returns funding and the power to we the people's farmers to farm and have a stockpile of food to support our poverty zero initiative, and also ties directly into Her Royal Majesty Queen Romana Didulo I's recent royal decree of 70327, establishment of Farmers Bank. Thank you so much, Your Majesty.
You're welcome. Her Excellency Gina Lee.
Thank you, Your Majesty. What I see in this royal decree is an encouragement for maybe those family farms that were forced out of the industry to return to the industry and really fortify the sovereignty and self-reliance of the nation. And it's absolutely magnificent, because then you also have the younger generation that may be interested in going into farming, and this just encourages all those with that ability to really stand up and rise for the Kingdom of Canada, for the people, for our brothers and sisters really throughout the nation. And so it's magnificent royal decree. Thank you very much.
Okay, Her Excellency Deborah Gregg, and then Her Excellency Darlene had her hand up. Go ahead, Your Excellency.
We can see that the release of the 50 billion to each province and territory also empowers and encourages people to come back to organic farming or organic fishing, and we're grateful for all of that, especially in the north.
Yes. Your Excellency Darlene, thank you. Go ahead.
I wanted to add to what Her Excellency Gina Lee had mentioned. This is all about bringing the nuclear family back to the land, because the children had seen their parents struggle and live in poverty. And why would you want to even go there? So now with all this prosperity and infinite abundance, and generational farming will come back now to the Kingdom of Canada and around the world, because this is families who love the land, they love the water, they love what they do. And energetically, when that all comes back to everything that we do, that higher vibration goes beyond our food, it goes beyond our essence, it's to the collective consciousness of the universe.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Yes, and you'll notice Her Excellency Deborah had mentioned that the $50 billion funding for each province and territory, it is again a message from me where we the people from one province does not have to go to another province to seek employment or start farming, that they can have access to farming funding from their very own province or territory. And that also keeps our farmers where they are and not go through the farmers, when they have a migration of workers. So they migrate. This is what was happening, is that, for example, in the oil and gas industry, we had IAMs traveling from the Maritimes provinces going to the West because they had no employment there, because their oil and gas was not being extracted. Well, this funding for organic farming is very strategic to keep the people within their province or their cities or their territories, and for if they're looking for employment or starting a business in farming. And yes, this is again very targeted in organic industry. I was reading the several of the legislations regarding farming, how they are being funded and how they were able to access funding from the old system government. And it was, it's pure kakistocracy. I had to have, I was saying to the team when I was reviewing some of those paperwork, you had to have math gymnastics in your brain just to figure out, as a farmer, what percentage, if you lost your crop for that year, what percentage you're going to be subsidized by the government, or how much you're going to be helped by the government, because they had so many formulas, it's not even funny. So I'm going to be simplifying that. So you can expect another decree. This time around, it's simplification of how the farmers can access financial assistance should their crop be, in this case, not come into fruition. So that's for that.
Your Majesty, you're also mentioning that they were forced into providing certain crops, because if they did require subsidy, that they could only get the subsidy if they grew a specific crop.
Yes, so that was again very strategic in terms of targeting and dominating. It was very specific. They named what crop the farmers had to plant in order to be able to access this subsidy. So they had their corrupt tentacles everywhere, controlling even the farmers, what the farmers were able to farm. Otherwise, the farmers would be risking huge amount of money investing in a crop that may or may not be in fruition, depending on the weather, thanks to the weather manipulation that they've been doing. That too is it'll take another day for us to discuss the weather manipulation, geoengineering. Moving forward to Royal Decree 316. I'm not sure how many of you received my message very early this AM. I think I wrote that about 5 AM today. To include in your studies the Royal Decree 316, which is the redirection of policing resources, plus the Police Chief's Key Performance Index. So anyone would like to speak to that? This is a recent Royal Decree where Her Royal Majesty redirected the resources. Okay.
Her Excellency Deep Coming Soul.
Okay, Her Excellency Deep Coming Soul, Her Excellency Deborah, Her Excellency Gina Lee.
So I really want to thank Her Majesty for this royal decree, because so it is refocusing to what it should have always been. The police chiefs of instead of doing all this kakistocracy, that they actually focus on what they are there for, which is to bring crime to zero. So we were again falsely that's not possible. It's absolutely possible, and so now they have there's 30 indictable offenses that they must
indictable offense. Indictable offense.
Oh, indictable. Oh, no wonder I couldn't understand the word. I couldn't say it even. Okay. So and Queen Romana had mentioned that if you have a corrupt police chief, you have a corrupt city. You have an incorrupt police chief, then you have no crimes in the city. So I think it is a wonderful thing for we the people to be able to feel safe and secure as we walk on our always, regardless, on our sidewalks, regardless of the time of day. And as we have been given the kakistocracy of the false narrative of like China, well, they can walk